Hello everyone. Just like in the previous video regarding aerospace engineering, today we are going to have a discussion regarding mining engineering, the Department of Mining Engineering. The idea is that during JOSAA counseling, many students fill up their choices for the department based on some kind of guesswork or based on scattered bits of information or some information from unreliable sources. So I thought it would be a good idea if we can get some proper reliable sources to get this information. And what could be a better source of information than the professors themselves of the various departments? So today we have with us Professor Sunita Mishra from the Department of Mining Engineering, IIT Kharagpur. So welcome Sunita to this new series of video, and thank you for agreeing to come to this interview.
Thank you, Professor Jeevan, for inviting for this informative video that could be helpful to the JOSAA students for the JOSAA counseling. So yeah, please.
Yeah. So the first question that everyone has in their minds, because it's a very special kind of department, what is mining engineering all about, and what are the broad areas that we have in the department? Could you give some idea about this?
Yes. So first of all, when we talk about mining engineering, so there have been various speculations in the minds of the students that no, mining engineering is something where they have to go to the deep, dark underground mines or to the dirty places where they have to work for hours and they won't get to sit in the AC rooms or it's not a white collar job what many of the students feel. But let me just tell to the students who are seeking out for various branches, mining is one of the most royal branch where they directly contribute to the country's economy. So if they study mining engineering, if they gain their expertise in mining engineering, they can contribute from getting the minerals out. And as a mining engineer from a reputed institute, they or anywhere as a mining engineer, if they are a bachelor's or btech in mining engineering, they are not going to go into the mines and work there for hours. Rather, they are the coordinators, or they are the planners of how the excavation is taking place. And like the earlier years, that with the advancements, the mining engineering, the face of the mining engineering has changed a lot. Now it is very much safe. They can go in their AC cars to the mines. Even they can go safely into the underground mines, and they can just look out for if there is any kind of like a challenging situation that has come off, or they like as a btech or as a graduate engineering trainee. That's the position what they join after graduating. So it's not that they are going to work there as the laborers, or it's not that scary as the people think. So when we talk about mining engineering, it's like it goes from like solving the real problem when we do the excavation. So we deal with the natural rocks and minerals, and there are various methods one needs to understand. It's highly technical, and one needs like let's say in mechanical engineering, we get to know about all the machines, but the application of those machines are into this mining industry. And as a engineer, one needs to know how to select a machine appropriately, or which mining method to adapt, or after taking out the minerals, which is the appropriate way of processing the minerals so that it can reach to the appropriate community. Is That is what the knowledge what the student will be gaining as a mining engineer and in mining engineering.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I mean, that I believe those words will open up the eyes of the students to a great extent. Uh, so, can you give us an idea about the important courses that the students will be learning as they go into? So, let us leave out the first year. maybe from second year, third year, what are the important fundamental courses that the students will be learning?
Well, in the very first year, they would be learning about subjects like rock mechanics or
So that will be the first year within the department. So the second year, right?
first year, yes, second year in the department. In the very second year, they would be knowing about how the rocks, they already we know from their 9th, 10th or 11th, 12th, they know what are the different types of rock, igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic, that, but how they have been deposited, how they have been formed, about that, we first study from with the development of mineral deposits, then we have engineering, geology, rock mechanics, mine surveying. So these are the basic courses that they would be learning before going on to knowing how what are the different kinds of methods of mining. So not any other engineer, not a civil engineer or a mechanical engineer or anyone else would be knowing about or would be having this knowledge of dealing with the huge slopes. We see various fancy constructions. Let's say there is a construction that has been made in Jammu and Kashmir, the highest railway tunnels. But how to deal with those kind of rocks, or let's say there is some mineral beneath the earth, let's say 1,000 meter depth, how to do the exploration of that, or what are the different methods of exploration and how to get it out. So from starting from the development of mineral deposits to the excavation process, methods of excavation process, that is in underground metal mining, again there is a method of excavation, and then there is in underground coal mining. So there are two separate courses. Then there is mining machinery, ventilation, mineral processing. These are the typical major courses that they would be studying in their second years and third years. When they come up to the fourth years, we have different electives, we have legislations, mine legislations. We have again another directorate, that is Directorate General of Mine Safety, who takes care of the regulations that has to be maintained for the working of these mines. So they learn about those legislations that has been developed. Then thereafter, like many, I'm not sure if many would be knowing that there are two major ministries. One is the Ministry of Coal and one is the Ministry of Mines. So according there, these two mines, why there are two ministries, because these are the two major energy producing or the resources producing industries that we have, which are governed by these two ministries. So when we talk about coal, we know that we have a huge reserve of coal in India, starting from, let's say, from Madhya Pradesh, or ever from Uttar Pradesh to down to Karnataka. We have different mines where we are doing, where we are mining out the coal. So in order to manage so many subsidiaries, so many mines, we have a ministry of coal. For that, the student gets the education on coal mining methods specifically. And then we have Ministry of Mines also, which deals with the non-coal products. Let's say there is iron ore mines, or there is copper mines. So there are various metal mines. So all those metal mines are taken care of by Ministry of Mines. So there is
Okay.
also bauxite and many other ores are there. For that also they get the education starting from their third year, and it span up to fourth year, end of fourth year, and fifth year also we have certain electives.
So would it be right to say that the students, as part of their course curriculum, they undergo a very interdisciplinary kind of education?
Yes. So let's say we talk about some courses like ventilation, in
Right.
which which has a very huge base of fluid mechanics.
I
Like,
see.
let's say, yes, so in various departments, let's say in civil engineering, mechanical, aerospace, or any other department, they study fluid mechanics. So
Yes.
the application, yes, so there they might be talking or learning about flow through one channel, but in mines there are multiple channels, so there is a network of pipes, you can say, and how the ventilation goes through that. And as you can see in pipes, the it is very very smooth, but in mines the walls are not smooth, they are quite rough. And then there comes this Darcy's law, the
Yes.
laws of friction losses, equations, those comes up, so
So
which has to,
it's like at a very large scale, it's like flow through a porous medium
yeah, it's
where the
not,
pores themselves are of, I mean, huge size.
yes, 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 exactly, exactly. So then there comes machinery, mining machinery, so where there is a huge knowledge of mechanical engineering comes up. The
Right.
students uh, like in mechanical engineering, they might be learning 4 5 courses to understand a machine, but here we have one core courses and many electives, which makes them understand the machinery concept. Then we have automation, so about the electronic circuit
I see.
or digital IoT based application. So all those things, they come up together in automation. So these are some of the areas where you can see that interdisciplinary knowledge is very very much which comes up, and it amalgates to the knowledge of the students. Then there is mineral processing as well, which again is a part of, again, metallurgy, so which again is being taught specifically for the mining engineering students.
Uh,
And
I guess there would be a component of something like soil mechanics also, which has probably an overlap with civil engineering.
yes, the rock mechanics part, which
I see.
is the major, which is one of the major domain in mining engineering. Like everything, when we talk about any underground metal mines or underground coal mines, the method of excavation all depends on the rock properties. Even when we talk about the open cast mines, the slope stability,
I
the
see.
dump stability, when we talk about the dump, it is majorly composed of rocks and soil.
I see.
We do not teach here soil mechanics specifically. However, the rock mechanics and soil mechanics, we can say it's similar to the engineering properties, the are they may not be completely same, but in the similar line
I see.
we can look into that. The constitutive models, they are different, the mathematical equations that
Yes.
govern
Yes.
their behavior, yeah.
So, one natural question which arises from this discussion is that since at the time of filling up their choices, all they know is physics, chemistry, and mathematics. So, how would one say that if you are good in certain topics, you would be suitable, best suitable for this department of mining engineering? So, what would be your thing? Like if a student is perhaps interested in certain areas of mathematics or certain areas of physics, then there is a good potential for him or her to be excellent at in the department of mining engineering. What would you say?
Yes, mostly in mining engineering, we would expect that a student should have a very strong knowledge in physics.
I see.
Yeah, so mathematics, definitely mathematics is one of the major requirement. However, if one is very good at physics, understanding like from physics, we can say like it comes to mechanics, again from mechanics they study solid mechanics in their second year, so rock mechanics is one of the domain. So from there all our excavation methods are there, so everything is interlinked. So one has to be if one is very very good in physics, and one is yeah, in today's world, if they are also good in coding, which needs their mathematical knowledge, so that will be really helpful for the student, sorry, in their mining engineering studies.
So I had this idea in my head that perhaps in certain areas of mining engineering, students would need to apply their knowledge of chemistry also. Is that true? I mean,
Yes,
could you put some
let's
light on
say.
it?
Yes. So we have a division of mineral processing where the knowledge of chemistry is required. Then there is a division of drilling and blasting where for the explosive reactions, the knowledge of chemistry is required. Uh, However, like it is not that it is not very complicated, or it does not require someone to be master in chemistry to understand these subjects. With the no, like their regular knowledge, they will be okay to join or take up these subjects in their future.
So if someone is afraid of chemistry, which many of us are, they need
Yeah.
not be afraid of mining engineering.
No, not at all, not at all.
Because
It is
many of the
not.
students are good in physics. This is the
Yeah.
most common thing that
Yes.
students are good in physics. So if they are good in physics, one could hope that they would be a good fit in mining engineering.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, very good to know. Okay, very important question from the perspective of the students. How heavy is the coursework in mining engineering? Does it leave time for some kind of extracurricular activities or co-curricular activities? Like, for example, you mentioned programming, and nowadays many of the students, they do want to develop a side uh, proficiency in programming. So is the coursework very heavy in mining engineering that will leave no time for them to do all these things, or is it
Uh,
okay kind of load?
no, I don't think that like it is quite heavy. If one is quite sincere enough to learn the knowledge or get the knowledge or the topics in classes, so and a bit of self study will be very very much that can give them a lot of time for other activities. Well, if they study their subjects properly, they can which many students thereafter, why they want to develop this kind of proficiency just for a job. And for that, like if they are very good in their course studies, like courseworks, they can very well get a good paying job in mining engineering. So
Yes. So yeah, that is the next question actually. So what kind of core jobs are there for graduates of mining engineering department? And are these available in India?
uh, in India specifically, there are huge opportunities for mining engineers. Like if there are around every year, you can see that if they qualify GATE, because why they come to such premier institutes to get a very good job. And earlier IITs or this national institutes have been an attraction to many students because they get the government job directly here. Now after the government have made some regulations, they are not taking directly from IITs. However, if like there are very few IITs, let's say this is IIT Kharagpur, IIT IS in Dhanbad, then IIT BHU, and there are then thereafter some NITs comes which have mining engineering. Now the applicants for the GATE is also very very less compared to the other departments, and the job opportunities that come up, let's say I may give you one statistics. Let's say there are 600 students, they qualify GATE, and there are 700 seats, or there are 700 vacancies that comes up by Coal India. So if they are good in their studies, if they qualify GATE, they are definitely going to get a job in one of the leading public sectors. It's not only Coal India, but there are NTPC, NMDC, there are many other SCCL, that is Singarani Colliery Company Limited. So there are so many mining companies who takes through GATE or their own exam. mostly they take through gate, and if they qualify gate, they are definitely going to get a government and well paid stable job. Now coming to the private companies, there is Tata Steel, there is Vedanta, and there are a few other companies who take up, like let's say a couple of years back, Rio Tinto, one of the Australian
Yes.
company, yeah, they used to come to IIT Kharagpur, and now we are also trying to get them again. So Adani is there. So all these power producing industries, they would be very much attracted to take our graduates. So Reliance is also there,
Yes.
Reliance Power is also there, Jindal is there. So the opportunities are huge. The students just have to make themselves capable enough to grab these opportunities. Yes.
Very good to know, actually. Very, very, very good information. And I really hope the students are listening to this.
Yes,
So,
and they are well paid package, like they pay really well. Government sector, everyone knows that what is the amount of money that they get.
yes,
And the promotion is also quite uh, like it's on time, it's regular.
yes.
So they can grow very fast
Plus, there
in
is the
this.
added satisfaction of actually contributing directly to the country's development. That
Yes,
satisfaction is always there.
yes.
Yes. Probably it's a bit moot that I asked this question, but nevertheless, I'll ask it. So, in what kind of industries or parts of industry are engineers from mining department absolutely indispensable? Like nobody else can do this except a mining engineer. Probably you touched upon this a little bit earlier, but if you repeat this, it'll be wonderful.
Yes. So let's say now I won't take the name of the company. It's a huge company, and they have a huge market in India. However, like it's a machinery company, and they want to know the mining industry. However, if a mining engineer, like it can only be done by a mining engineer. Like what kind of method of working? Let's say a mechanical engineer, they can develop a machine. A electrical engineer, they can develop an electrical system. But where it will be applicable, which kind of environment suits this kind of equipment, can only be chosen by a mining engineer. No one else can do this job, or will be appropriate to do this job. So it has to be always a mining engineer who knows. Obviously through textbook studies, they will be knowing the regulations, they will be knowing the industry, but the core knowledge of mining engineering is very very much vital to go to a longer length.
You mentioned something about this line, but I'll still clarify it from you. In addition to mines, the work in the proper specialized work that goes on in the mines, for example, for road constructions, if one has to make a pass through a mountain, in that work also, I believe mining engineers are necessary.
It is like
Correct me if I'm wrong, please.
like like through for passing through a mountain. Yes, the mining engineers, because we have a very strong knowledge in rock mechanics, which the civil engineers also have. But rock mechanics is a specialized domain in civil engineering. However, in mining engineering, it is a core subject in mining
Exactly.
engineering. So if it has to be dealt with rocks, the rock stability, because when you talk about these rock specialization courses, there is only one course in the undergraduate. I'm not sure if it is elective or it's a compulsory course for civil engineers. However, the civil engineers or any other engineer who join this rock specialization courses, they get to learn in their masters, not in their bachelors. However, a mining engineer learns about rock mechanics, and there are many electives like applied rock engineering, then there is rock dynamics, rock fracture mechanics, ground control. There are so many courses which one a mining engineer studies and is not or it may not be studied by a civil engineer. Rather, they focus mostly on the geotechnical aspects, like
I see.
let's say the foundation design or the pile wrap design, or all those kind of things they focus on. However, the mining engineers, they directly deal with the rock related or rock stability related problems, and they get this knowledge from starting from their second year itself till their fifth years. If they are dual degree students, they get it till fifth years. We have many electives in the department from which they learn a lot about rock
I
mechanics.
see. I see. So is question which is very specific to mining engineering. So when we were students, girls were not. I mean, they were not inducted into mining engineering department because times were different, systems and rules were different. But I think that thing has changed, right? As you were mentioning earlier. So can you please give us some light? I mean,
Yes. Earlier, again, for even it's a female or a male, all everyone had a scary thought about mining engineering.
yes,
What will happen? It's so huge. It is danger to life too, because earlier the conventional techniques were there, the drilling and blasting techniques were there. So you used to see in movies also that there is some person with some pump kind of thing who pushes it, and then there is a blast, and then the excavation is taking
yes,
place. Well, those things also happens now, but the technology has advanced a lot, that it is very very much safe for a female or a male, anyone. They all are safe, because we have a regulatory body, that is DGMS, who takes care of this. They give the approval for any activities that happens in mines before it is being carried out. So all these kind of safety aspects are covered beforehand, before anyone, let's say a labor also, may not be a mining engineer but a labor, when they work in the mines, their health and their life safe security is the first priority of any mining company. So that was the reason why many people were quite afraid of working there. But now, in the era of automation and digitization, where one can sit in a room like this way we are sitting now, and they can operate the mines with remote. We have autonomous vehicles where they can sit from a room like this above the ground, and they can just give the instruction to the robots, where they will be like the operation, mining operation will be carried out. And earlier, yeah, it was a different time, so female security was a major issues. But with time, the things have changes, and the government, like couple of like 10 years ago, they have allowed the females to work both in open cast and underground mines as well. So, and then we have 20% supernumerary seats for the females. So we have many female students in mining engineering, and for a couple of years we have been seeing that the females are the toppers of the batch. So they are doing really good, and they are joining mining industry.
I see. So I think our students are very clever. They will naturally have this question that since we are from around the same time or undergraduates, so you must have a different route into mining engineering. So your undergraduate was not in mining engineering, right?
No, no, it was in mechanical engineering. So thereafter, I pursued, as I said, I pursued my master's in tunnel engineering
Okay.
from ISM Dhanbad. So there, I was the only female in the whole batch to pursue my master's. There, we used to take our classes with the bachelor students. Not even a single girl was there, and in masters also, I was the only girl. So among 120 students, I was the only one who was excuse me I was the only girl who was sitting in the class and studying. However, somehow I topped the batch, so that's a different thing.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So, but yeah, the field visits were exciting. I never felt that like my colleagues or my classmates were not respectable to me. So I think the same things have continued since then and is still there. The girls are being more valued, uh, or equally valued. I won't say that the boys are not valued. Everyone is equally
Thank
valued.
you.
So there is no such kind of female or male thing in mining engineering or any other. Even in mechanical engineering we were very few girls, but however it was not like the same in mining engineering. So thereafter I worked in rock dynamics from IIT Delhi and Hopkins, and then I had some experience from Norway. So thereafter I worked in submerged floating tunnels. Those were quite advanced technology, and then I came back here to serve the country.
Thank you for that. So let's come back to the discussion for our JOSAA counseling students. Um, so Yeah. People are always worried, like these are classical branches of engineering. And with the advent of artificial intelligence, what will be the future of these things? Or what would be the impact of artificial intelligence or machine learning in these areas? Now, from the research perspective, we know that there is a lot of scope of a symbiotic relationship taking place between the classical branches and AI ML. That is from the research side, that we as teachers, professors, we know about it, but probably students are a little bit more concerned regarding what would be the status of their job prospects down the line because of the advent of AI and ML. Could you throw some light on this, that what could be the relationship going forward between the Department of Mining Engineering and the impact of AI ML?
Yes. So when we talk about the industry 4.0 and automation or digitization, it is mostly on the wireless technology, or the technology where AI ML is very much required. So without AI ML technology, the process of automation or the applicability of this industry 4.0 would not be very much possible in mining industry. And when we talk about the uh, manless trucks which are already employed in India itself. I'm not talking about abroad, but in India itself, in Tata Steel mines, we have manless dump trucks where without the driver, the dump trucks are being
I see.
operated, and they are being operated with the satellites. So such technologies requires the knowledge of AI ML only, where the artificial intelligence would be playing the vital role. And it's already there. The things have already started rolling. So we in mining engineering we have three specializations which the student can take in their dual degree courses or dual degree specialization. One is in finance, one is in entrepreneurship, and the other, recently I think it is added in most of the departments, that is in AI.
I see.
Yes. So the students have the students start their studies, or they take their electives in the center of artificial intelligence department, where they learn about the different artificial intelligence subject or the concept of machine learning and artificial intelligence. And they can very well, if they want to amalgate their artificial intelligence knowledge with mining engineering, it would be a boon for the mining industry.
I see.
That's what.
So let's talk a little bit about higher studies. So we have been talking about the hardcore jobs from an industrial perspective. I mean, you already touched upon it a little bit from the perspective of your own experiences, but what could be broadly the scope of higher studies within the Department of Mining Engineering?
Yes. So there are many reputed institutes. If we talk about Colorado School of Mines, which is the top in mining engineering in the world, coming down to Curtin University, then we have our University of Alberta, Penn State. There are so many universities where our students have already joined for their master's or PhD program, and like with their knowledge in mining engineering, they can go to do their PhD or masters in the specialization basically in the areas of rock mechanics, or they can go in Curtin University. They have even the specialization to do with mining plus mechatronics, then mining plus mineral engineering, mining plus automation engineering. If we see about with the RWTH Akan University, that is one of the European mining institute. So even there is Paris Mines Tech. So all these universities, they give offer courses with the basic in mining engineering, and your masters in electrical, mechatronics, mechanical, or computer science even, where they teach about the automation or the various coding algorithms that is required for automating these autonomous vehicles. So there is a huge scope for the students in higher studies as well.
So is it sometimes seen, like in your own case, that people who have a background in maybe mechanical engineering or civil engineering, they go on to do their specialized higher studies uh, within areas which would be typically considered to be under the Department of Mining Engineering? Is it you've
um,
seen these kinds of things?
like we have seen I myself have seen many who have like we have faculties from different areas. We have faculties from metallurgy, from civil engineering, myself from mechanical engineering, who are contributing to the mining engineering. And there are many like if we see in Colorado School of Mines, or in any of these top universities, they many students, they come from environmental engineering as well, like which is being taught in civil engineering, or let's say there is uh, there are many other departments which offer environmental engineering in their undergrad studies. So this those kind of students would be suitable for doing their specialization in mining engineering, and they would be very much, they can contribute significantly to this mining education.
Is there any close connection between geology and geophysics with mining engineering?
Again, geology and geophysics, they specifically, we also study about the geophysical properties of the rocks. However, when we talk about the geology or geophysics, they specifically study on the minerals.
I see.
However, we study on the macro level.
I
We
see.
do not study the minerals, we study the
Okay.
rocks.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah,
So
that
there is
that's
a fundamental difference at the length scale. At the
yes,
length scale.
length
Okay.
scale. And even in civil engineering and mining engineering, when they are talking about geotechnical engineering or mining engineering, there is also a difference in that. They deal with civil structures. However, we deal with the excavation of the minerals. Let's say there is an underground opening, they focus on the stability of the underground opening, and the rest that they take out is a rubbish for them. But for us, the one that we take out is an asset for us, because that's what
Yes.
the mining engineer sell or process thereafter, or do the other activities.
Very nicely put. Very nicely put.
Yeah.
Uh, so again, going back to some basic questions that students have. So beyond their core skills in which they would be definitely be trained by the professors, what other kinds of skills for a 21st century graduate engineer would you recommend them to develop beyond their core skills? For out of their own interest, maybe some coding skills or something else.
Yes. So the first thing that what I feel that a 21st century graduate, mining engineering graduate should have is they should have a thorough knowledge of how this mining operation happens. This is not only with their books, but they should visit the mines. We have field trip in our course curriculum, which we uh, which we ask the students to go. We have a society which is the technology mining engineering society, which organizes all these field trips. We have survey camps, so this actually enhances their knowledge in mining engineering, or their the things that they would have studied in books get clarified more when they see through this field trips. And second is obviously the programming, AI/ML knowledge, automation knowledge is very, very much important if they want to do. And our students, they have also opened companies. One of the company is the Texmain, which they have developed one. Our alumni are there, so that is also one of the area, because most of these machineries, they are being imported. They are not none of them are indigenous, or very few of them are indigenous. So the technology needs to be, advancement in technology needs to be taken forward by the students of our own students. So that's what those kind of skill sets, entrepreneur skills, that we would like to have in our students.
I see. See. Very good to know and excellently put.
Yeah.
So I think we have covered more or less the broad strokes of what a student would need to know in order to make an informed decision. And I really hope the students would be benefited by this. Uh, Last of all, do you have any specific messages to the coming mining engineering students, inductees rather?
Yes. So, my best wishes to all the JOSAA counseling students. So, if let's say you come to mining engineering, you choose mining engineering, don't think that it's an option that you have got. Rather, you should embrace it with dignity, because as we say, the sky is the limit. And coming to mining engineering is not something is scary, but it is a wonderful study or a wonderful knowledge that you learn about the nature, about how to help in countries growth. And you can reach the top positions till the ministry level, with if you embrace the mining engineering studies in IIT Kharagpur or anywhere.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And one take-home message from this video is that there is a lot of scope for the girl students also in the third decade of the 21st century. Gone are
Yeah.
those old days, those old rules and regulations. It's a different world altogether, very advanced and very sophisticated. That's one very important take-home message. So
Yeah.
thank you, Sunita, for this wonderful, informative video. Thanks a lot for coming to the interview. And we really hope and wish the best to all the students who are coming into mining engineering. All right. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Thank you so much for inviting.